would you like to tell us about your breakfast in grammatically incorrect way?
Well, as you know, breakfast is the most important meal of the day. And therefore, I prepare myself to have that breakfast. And I'll often feel the vinegar. I use an apple cider vinegar that's really shiny and it feels so good. And I mix it with this, the hot colored water. And the two, but I always add a little bit of the cool color water first because you don't want to damage the smell of the vinegar and the different biochemical properties in it. So I have this little concoction already, and I'm sitting there and I'm sipping it. And it tastes so musical. Like I don't even know how I could be happy without it.
It
So
almost
you
sounds like
nailed it.
honey.
You nailed it.
That was so good.
Well, I was going to say that wasn't even confusing me. That was making me buy into it. You know, I can't stand the smell of apple cider vinegar, but it was like, that sounds delicious. Like,
I was thinking
It
of adding
sounds
honey
musical.
to it. Yeah, it's
It
fabulous.
tastes so musical.
Yes.
you have like I think even with your tone, but like this natural storytelling thing. So you just, yeah, I feel like you're so good at all these little different techniques and like even just your energy when you were sharing it, you know, like I said, it was like I
Cheryl,
was buying into it.
you could get that man to whip out his credit card at any time, darling.
I just
Can
want to
you
feel your
taste the
credit
cha-ching?
score against my skin. I already imagine it'll give me goosebumps.
Oh, it's
We can
fabulous.
smell the sound of money.
Yes, now, yes, I could smell the sound of money.
All right, who else would like to try? Sylvie,
Yeah.
what are you making tomorrow for breakfast?
Tomorrow for breakfast, I think it smells like I'm going to be making some watermelon and some magnificent eggs. I love the texture of those eggs. They always remind me of the sound of thin or less calories than
Can you hear how skinny you'll be tomorrow? Holy smoke.
holy Hannah. I'm hearing that and I'm absolutely loving it. Oh, it's not easy.
Imagine now, just in a little time, you'll be talking like this without realizing.
Oh, I
Everybody.
won't be invited for breakfast anywhere if I'm doing this.
Lord, can you imagine everyone going to order food from now on?
Were you drinking mimosas before
Chinese
breakfast?
carry out.
My steak should sound like a cow out in the field.
So when Sylvie was going with her breakfast, she kept looking to, I assume would be her left.
Oh,
Like
so I was lying.
her eyes were always going to the left.
Do you remember reading about that? I do.
Yeah, so
You
that,
know,
She is constructing something that does not exist in her world.
she's
But
processing.
yeah, but this is very, very primitive, though. Don't rely on it.
Yeah, I remember you
It's not
saying
an
that, like,
indicator. You can look at it, but don't rely on this indicator alone. We need at least 3 when we're reading somebody. We're looking for 3 signs. If you're trying to read people and you suspecting something, we never rely on one indicator. We need at least 3.
I just rented a book from the library. Yes, you can still do that. I went on numerology and it had a whole bunch of different, you know how we had put all the numbers in the squares and stuff? It had a whole bunch of those.
We're going down the rabbit hole for months and months and months.
Yeah, I
Well,
kind of, I
look, you're
opened it
like,
up.
who am I? And I can't even taste the understanding of who am I in the essence of my soul. It does smell like something good. The air that is enveloping me right now whispers some deliciousness into my ear, which I can feel on the surface of my skin. And it feels really good. I wonder if you too will feel it, that goodness, deliciousness, joy, comfort.
I smell it all. I smell it all.
I love this technique.
Me too, even though it's a little more challenging, it makes you stop and pause.
It makes it like
Fun.
focus, like, you know,
Yeah, you
like
have to be really intentional. But you can sign it off. Well, I mean, if you're on the receiving side, oh, she's so artistic and creative. Or probably one of those hippies talking in those creative ways. Or for me, it's very easy because I have accent already and my speech is already incorrect anyway. So nobody even suspect a thing. It all can, add the power to you. Speaking not clearly, hinting, sometimes not finishing sentences. Like, let me tell you this, and then you keep the person hanging. Like, it doesn't really matter. They're already paying attention, and you're like, oh, doesn't matter, forget. You have few seconds window to sleep suggestion now, and then you, like, I'm very soft speaker when I do one-on-one with my client session, you barely can hear me. They have to be so present and hang on every word to understand and hear me. So accent, then,
You do that in
confusion.
class.
I do
Every
that.
time I watch class, I find myself, I'm watching the video and I could see myself going like this, trying to listen to you. But it's because I'm focusing and you're hypnotizing me. I see that.
That's why I think I like can go quickly with you when you start like trying to do the induction or something. It's like I don't even listen to what you say. It's the more the like your tone or the sound.
What about the concept? I think in the beginning we learned that the gaze is important, like looking at someone's eyes as a way to trance them out. Do you
You
use that
can.
much?
You can,
Do you
but
like that?
we don't need it. You can. It's used in mesmerism.
Mm-hmm.
You forcing your energy through your eye gaze with your intention, and the person get transed out. Even there is like mesmeric crisis. I don't know if in English it would be the same wording or not. I'm again trying to translate from Russian. Mesmeric crisis. In a matter of couple of minutes can be just completely knocked out and unconscious. But what's the use? I can't do anything with the state. I can't put any suggestions. I can't program anything if they're unconscious. There is absolutely no practical use. For performance on the stage, yeah.
What about like someone going into surgery or something like that has anxiety or when would that be a good okay or time
You
maybe
see,
to
unconscious state, it only lasts a couple of minutes. Well, for some, maybe even less than this. You cannot predict it, you cannot control it. And on some people, it may not work at all. But, well, you can use the gaze, intention, your own state to influence others. Again, in the context of the situation, you want to put all your energy, it's you sending out your energy, you're draining yourself. And if you're trying to force it, it'll exhaust you in a few minutes. It's so easier to use just language. It's much easier. And then we're working online. How's that supposed to work? It won't work. In person, yes, you can. Yeah,
And
if you
most
want to
times,
develop that strength of your gaze, there are lots of exercises. Those are exhausting, but those are not secret. Just look them up online. Develop mesmeric gaze. I believe that's what I think that would be called in English. Or a hypnotic gaze, maybe.
like hypnotic gaze? People will say like you have hypnotic eyes and mesmerizing. I think.
Well, cross-type people too have mesmerizing gaze. And I'm not making fun, I know it's mean, but it doesn't mean that they're going to hypnotize me, but too gets my attention and makes me wonder what happened, how it affects their life. When you see something unusual, it does fascinate you, takes your attention, right? Start trying to put yourself into their shoes, what it's like to live this way every day. Just experiment with those exercises. It will develop focus, discipline. See, with our lifestyle becoming harder and harder to stay focused for long periods of time, this will help you to discipline your mind.